Welcome to the Art of Rebounding, where setbacks become setups and your bounce back is your breakthrough. I'm your host, Lefty Williams, former pro athlete, motivator, and believer in second chances. Each week, we'll dive deep into stories and strategies built on positioning, persistence, and purpose to help you rise, rebuild, and reclaim your next chapter. This isn't just a podcast. It's your permission to rise again, and this time with purpose. Today's guests, we got former NBA All-Star, former NBPA President, and current President and CEO of the NBRPA. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Antonio Davis.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
So
I
good.
appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. Thanks for having
so
me.
much. So listen, there's so many things that we could talk about. So many people, when I started talking about I'm going to do a podcast, they're like, nah, you should do a podcast. Well, I'm waiting for the right situation. Well, the right situation is here.
Right.
And but I didn't want it to be solely about sports.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, why you name it the Art of Rebounding?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
If that was the case.
If that was the case, right? But in my life, I had to bounce back from so many different things. And so my outcome as it related to sports was a little bit different. Yeah, I played. Yeah, I was good. And I kept trying and trying. But I didn't get on the other side of that mountain like you did as it pertains to being able to play in the NBA. But that's fine. I was able to reposition myself, get the perfect, beautiful opportunity to play with the world famous Harlem Globetrotters, become the first ever left-handed showman in Globetrotter history, and build and be a part of that brotherhood, which helped me be able to part of our brotherhood.
Yes, indeed.
You know? And so now we just positioning ourselves for more things to bounce back and keep going and keep going. Can you please talk about your time as the Players Association president, and fast forward to where we are today as the CEO and president of the Basketball Retired Players Association?
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me, man. And I appreciate those kind words. During that time when I was playing, you have to be an active player in order to be the president of the Players Association. Crazy story was I came in at 93, and then I think the summer of either 94 or 95, we were faced with a lockout, strike, all that. I was man, I just got here, bro. We can't do that. I ain't had a chance to show myself. So anyway, I had my agent, I had the union coming in telling me how I should vote, what I should think, and all that different stuff. And I didn't know, which kind of pissed me off, right? So went back to my locker, grabbed all this information, read through it. Now I got my own vision of what I need to do and how I need to do it. At the end of the day, there was a quick lockout, quick settlement. We went back to hoops. So that's what it was. And ever since then, I was involved in the union, just negotiating committee, CBA negotiations, rules committee. I spoke in front of Congress, all these different things, because I had to understand the business of basketball. Just wasn't about us getting out there winning and losing and having fun, right? It was about, this is a business from day one. So in learning that and being the president, there were so many things that I was able to capture and hold on to and understand, and relationships that I had that obviously helped. So fast forward, after I finished playing, I went back, I worked for the Players Association, career development counselor, regional representative. I was in charge of rookie transition program and some of the other stuff that they do. I then was at ESPN for 5 years. After ESPN. So when you keep talking about repositioning, I think we're always going to be doing that the rest of our lives, right? That's just, you just have to, kind of figure things out. God has this path for you, and you just got to kind of fall in line and do what you're supposed to do. So anyway, I had my own business and was starting to feel like the business was using me, right? Like I was making everybody else money but myself, which it wasn't the hard part. The hard part was the 60, 70 hours a week. For anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur, it is a tough. I'm glad I went through it, though, because it taught me so many things that I'm using today. So I saw an email saying that, the position may be open. I applied, and God blessed me with this opportunity to lead some wonderful men and women. So I'm here now, and got here February 1, and just so passionate about the things that need to be done. Where I see a lot of maybe gaps that need to be filled. I see incredible opportunity. I think the biggest thing for me as I got in and asked questions and tried to figure out where we were, the one thing that kept popping up is we've done nothing together. Like we've done nothing as one. Everybody's kind of been scattered doing their own thing. And like you say, we got Globetrotter, NBA, WNBA, ABA. Like we got so many different groups. And I don't know that we understand the power of us as a group. So my message, really over the next 6 to 8 months is our worth is going to be determined by us understanding that as a group, we can do anything we want. We can't do everything, but we can do anything we want. I know that, I believe that, and I'm structuring us to do that. And then I think the other thing is everybody kept asking, well, what is our vision? What is our purpose? What is our goal? What do we do, right? And as I got in, I started to understand more than anything that the association was, when our founders created this association, and I have to give a shout out to Dave Bing, Dave Cowens, Dave DeBuscher, Archie Clark, Oscar Robinson. We have to make sure that we always pay homage to those guys for thinking about life after the game and how we need to be together collectively and take care of one another. Because like you say, we all didn't make it, but between the guys who made it and guys who didn't, if we come together, we can take care of each other, right? So this association will make sure that we're there to empower our members to be impactful in their communities and in this world, right? We're already entrepreneurs. We're already job creators. We're just trying to go out here and set a standard for not just us, and I mean little black and brown kids like us, right? Set a standard of excellence, impact all the holes that we have in the communities that we grew up, whether it's education, whether it's health, financial literacy, all those things we can be impactful. So the association job will be to empower you to be impactful in your community. And that's what we're doing. That's going to be our mission for a while.
No, I love it. So one other question I want to ask is about the transition from the time from you leaving college. You went to UTEP, correct?
Yes, went to UTEP.
Yeah, went to UTEP. Yeah. Come out, see the position that you were drafted in. I believe it was second round.
Second round, yep.
To becoming a all-star.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Almost averaging a double-double in your career.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's big. What was that? What was that process like for you to see yourself here and then saying, I'm here? So I always tell my children that life is to be lived forward and understood backwards. So now when you look back at that, what was that like for you?
Skinny little kid from Oakland, California, man. I had no
Shout out to
dreams
the
and
Bay.
aspirations of being a professional basketball player at all. Like none. If people were to ask me, like, what did I want to be at that time? I wanted to be a 110-meter hurdler in the Olympics. That was my thing. Yeah, Ronaldo, Nehemiah, Greg Foster, all those guys, man. I would watch. I'd be sitting there all day, all night. I had the Sports Illustrated. You always have Sports Illustrated on your wall. So that was my thing, man. And then, God had another plan. I look up. I'm 6'4", I'm 6'6", I'm 6'8". Like, I got to go hoop. Like, all my guys was hooping. So had a chance to. And it's not like back then it wasn't like it is today. There wasn't all these opportunities for you to be seen in front of coaches. We had one tournament. It was called the BCI tournament in Phoenix. Okay. I've never been to a camp. I had never been to a clinic. Oh, wow. I never been to any kind of exposure event. This was the only one. And the crazy part about it is Gary Payton's dad was coaching. Just got a lot of us out of the hood, paid for half of us to go, and we went down there and lost in the championship game. We got screwed. Oh, wow. But we went down there and we showed them how Oakland can play. Okay. Everybody on that team got scholarships. I mean, all over the place. Yeah. But to answer your question, though, when I look back and we talk about these repositioning moments, it's like we go through it kind of naturally, right? You go from elementary, and then you go to the next school, which is junior high, you're repositioning. Then you go to high school, you reposition. You go to college, you get to the pros. So there's always this kind of repositioning of yourself. And I love that you talk about that, because those were the stepping stones to my growth, right? Like I went overseas and they didn't have cell phones and all that now, right? Like I was writing letters, my mom was sending me care packages and all that kind of stuff. You learn how to be okay with yourself. And when I learned the art of that, I think everything kind of stood for itself, man.
And
that was
so
good.
When you talk about repositioning, and this, I told you this All-Star Weekend in the Bay. And you probably was looking like, who is this kid?
What is he talking about?
What is he talking about? So I said to you, I said, you know how I know that you the man for the job? Because you took care of my man.
Oh, Big Al. It was. So I came down the elevator the other day, right? And Al, I saw him, but I'm like,
for the listeners, sorry, Al Harrington.
Yeah. And the crazy story about that. So Al got drafted right out of high school to the Pacers. Came to Indiana, and we were in a lockout. I think it was 99, 98, 99. We were in a lockout. So this kid is just working out. So I see him one day. I ain't trip. I go introduce myself. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, man, I'm just here. My guy dropped me off. I'm like, drop you off? You 18? Like, what are you doing? So I immediately called
Jersey,
my wife.
He can handle it.
He can handle it. I immediately called my wife, and she was like, what do you mean he's just there? I said, I asked the same question. She was like, tell him to come home. So he came home with us. Stayed for the weekend, fed him, had a good time, and he was such a good kid, man. 2 years later, he's still at my house, man. It was like, what are you doing? You got to go find your own place now. You got some money. You got to go. But he was good kid, man. But anyway, those are the kind of things that, was important to me. Like now Al can go back and help somebody, and that person can go back and help somebody. So I'm so excited to take all this that I've learned and be able to pour it out into this association, because I think we're all worthy. We all need it, and we all want it.
But I knew right away that, okay, this is gonna be the guy for the job, just from what I seen from afar. You know what I mean? Me and Al Harrington played in the same parochial B league back in Jersey.
Okay.
He was at St. Pat's, I was at St. Al's, whatever. But I just knew, like, okay, let me see what this is gonna look like. And then right away, obviously, one of my relationships is Chew, just being a former Globetrotter, and Chew's like, let me tell you, we got the guy, man, I'm telling you. Man, and so he never steered me wrong, ever.
Right.
And so you just wait and see, and just seeing how you always was being 100 with me, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is good.
And I appreciate that, man. I thought it was important when I walked in that I understood I had to gain a lot of folks' trust, and you don't do that by not following up on your word, not taking care of people and things of that nature. And to be honest, I'm a servant at heart, right? I've been a part of a team all my life, and it has blessed me tremendously. And I'm gonna keep being a part of a team. And I don't come in here and do what I'm doing without a Chew Smith, without a Sean Marion, without a Dave Bean. Like, I can't come in here and do it. And that's the thing that I'm trying to preach to our members. We can't do this by ourselves. We can, but it's not going to be the same results as if we get together in a strong way and we present ourselves as a brand that's going to elevate excellence, and it's going to impact our communities.
No, that's good. And so we got a little bit more time. So let's just switch gears just a little bit. And let's talk sports.
Okay.
You're putting together not just your team, you're assembling the Avengers.
He said the Avengers.
The Avengers.
I got you.
So I want to know your top 5 that you sending to go complete the mission.
I knew you were going to say that.
And I need to know who's the backup that you like. He going in, but he really could.
He really could start.
He really could start though. We not throwing saying he really could.
Right.
Just but for this mission.
Right.
This is the so who is it?
Anytime I'm asked this question, I always struggle for a lot of reasons, right? As a big guy and understand the importance of the role we have, to be honest, I can have, 3 centers and 2 point guards as far as I'm concerned. But we're not going there, right?
Man,
we're not going there.
Listen, it's your squad. I'm not here to,
Listen, I when I think about back in the day and playing some of these guys, and I've always said, you know, hey, I didn't really get a chance to see Wilt Chamberlain, but the things that I've heard about his man, his strength and just his overall tenacity, I have to consider him at the 5.
Okay.
Right.
You got Wilt.
Wilt, right? Which is hard for me because Shaq put that thing on me so many times and there was nothing I could do. Right? Have you ever played somebody where you just felt like you were at their mercy? Like there's just nothing you can do, right? Yeah. So I felt like that. I felt that with Shaq, but I didn't get a chance to feel that with Wilt. And then the next guys, we can argue back and forth, but in no particular order, I have to go with MJ. Okay. Right? I have to go with Magic.
Yep.
Right.
Arguably greatest point guard ever.
You know what I'm saying? And then, which is that kind of 3-4 spot for me, I got to take LeBron at the 4. Okay. Because he does so many wonderful things. And then that last position is one that I always struggle with because with that group, you can pretty much put anybody in there. Yeah. But a Steph Curry who can shoot the ball because you're going to need somebody who can shoot the ball. Yeah. Right? But I love like a old school Oscar Robertson who could just do so many different things. Yeah, Mr. Right? Triple-double. I mean, so many different things. So in essence, Wilt, LeBron, Mike, Magic, and that other person is a toss-up. You know, who you want to plug in there. You can plug anybody in there, and I think that team will beat most. I'm a big Kobe fan. I just sometimes with Kobe, I'm like, if I got MJ and I got Magic and I got these other guys,
you got the same guy.
I got the same guy.
Got the same guy.
Right? Like, if I didn't have one of those guys, then I got to take Kobe. And don't get me wrong, we can still debate. I can put Kobe still in that 5, and we still going.
That's the one thing I don't do.
We're going to beat a lot of people.
That's the one thing I don't do. I don't debate people 5.
That's
me
their
either. Choice.
We
that's their,
not.
I don't debate
you can't go
You're
wrong.
not going to go wrong with anything.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
You're completing the mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
so, knowing that the game has changed a lot as it pertains to style of play, and then we see the playoffs, and we see your Pacers take a tough L, and that becomes a great barbershop conversation. What if, right? Yeah. Because he goes down, Holmberg gets hurt, but we noticed in the playoffs there was a little bit more aggression from our era. Do you think we come back to that?
I think the tough part is, are we building our players for that, right? Like, I don't know if we're building them for a 82-game season plus playoffs to play that way, right? Like, we were just built from day one. Our two-a-days, when I first got to the Pacers, our two-a-days was really for a month, right? That first week, we had straight two-a-days, but most of the time we practiced, and then on game days, we practiced that day and played a game that night. So we were still kind of knocking out two-a-day. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, you had to come in and work out in the morning, lift weights and do whatever, and then get something to eat, take a nap, and then come back that night. That was the whole month of October all the way to the beginning of the season. Man. So we were built to do that, right? And these guys, they don't practice as much. They do a lot of individual training, and I don't even know how they have any cohesiveness when they're not on the floor, at least walking through stuff and discussing, just different things together. But at the end of the day, yes, game has changed. Playoffs was great. I think it was the first time I watched a bunch of playoff games, and not just because of the Pacers, because I like the physicality of the game. But I do think that in order for this game to continue to have its viewership, we're going to have to look at the way it's being played. I think fans are being turned off by so many three-pointers and not enough just executing and seeing the greatness in our players today. So I'm sure you're going to see some slight changes over the next few years.
Man, so well put. So as we bringing this to a close, as we wrapping it up, because I do want to respect your time.
All good.
So here's another thing I say. What softens the potato hardens the egg. and what's on the inside of you.
I love it.
Yeah, and what's on the inside of you is what makes you, right? So, what are one of those moments? What are some of those things or something that you can give our listeners, advice that you give our listeners? Listen, somebody's sitting there saying, man, I'm bouncing back from an injury. I want to play, right? Somebody's sitting there saying, man, I just lost that job, but I wanted this. Somebody just went through with all type of adversity. You being the person to be able to get through all of those things, to be to the place where you are today by the grace of God, what advice, I'm giving you last words, what advice can you share with that person that's listening? They're looking to rebound.
I mean, you just said it. To me, it's all about the grace of God. And I've been talking to my son a lot, right? He just turned 30, end of his career, had first surgery ever on his hip, and was in this place where he started doubting who he was, right? And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? God has sat there and took you through all this stuff, made you 6'9", made you a charismatic kid. You can do anything you want, right? But I do understand being in that place where it's seemingly, God has turned his back. Everybody has turned their back on you. And again, if you don't have that relationship with him, it makes everything tough. And I do understand that not everybody believes that. But if you don't, then what do you have? When you don't have that, what do you have, right? So a lot of times I just try to tell people, listen, I'm not forcing what I believe on you, but I do know that you have to have something inside of you that believes that anything can happen with the right attitude, perspective, and actions, right? And I love when people say, I'm in this space, it's dark, I don't know what's going on. To me, that creates a lot of opportunity. And lastly, what I believe is God is not going to give you any more than you can handle. So if you're in that space, man, he is grooming you for something beautiful. He is molding you, he's fixing you, he's strengthening you, and you just got to hang in there and come out of it. Why go through all that and not come out and experience the blessings that he had for you? So I'm a big believer in that, and that's what's got me to this place today. No,
that's good. Listen, you heard it from the all-star, Antonio Davis. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being authentic.
I wish you the best, man. And you're the job. You got this job now. You got to keep bringing us in to talk more than just basketball, because it was what we did and it's not who we are. And when you get that opportunity, man, and I believe our members, and that's why I'm so excited. We have incredible human beings that people don't even know. Like you can watch me play basketball and think you know me and have no idea who I am. And I've had the pleasure of getting to know these beautiful men and women, and I'm blown away at every story. So I guarantee you, I'm gonna bring you people, whoever you want in here.
I appreciate it, man.
If you're gonna treat them like this,
absolutely.
then I'm gonna bring them all in.
This is what it's about. It's about perseverance,
and
everybody's got a story.
Yes.
And I appreciate yours.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
All-star Antonio Davis. It's your boy Lefty. That's it for today's episode of the Art of Rebounding. And remember, the fall isn't what defines you. It's how you rise that writes your legacy. Whether you're rebounding from a loss, recentering your purpose, or just learning how to stand again, know this: you're not alone. You were made for more. You were built to bounce back. Until next time, keep showing up, keep positioning yourself, keep pushing with purpose, because your rebound is not just coming, it's already in motion. Find me on social media at Lefty Williams 42. I'm always down to hear about your comebacks. Thank you to Circle Resort and Casino and VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Till next time, remember, dare to dream.